Hello, my friends. Today I would like to do a reading on a very mysterious death, a drowning that happened just over 40 years ago, involving the actress Natalie Wood. Now, this was always a very strange death. Had very many theories going on about it. Were her and Robert Wagner, her husband, an actor, were they arguing? Was she having an affair with her co-star, Christopher Walken? He was also on the boat. Many questions. So today I'm going to use a normal deck of playing cards, and we're going to see if they will just give me some kind of insight into what might have happened all those years ago out on that water, in that boat. So Natalie Wood, beautiful actress, and Robert Wagner, very famous, probably most known for at the time for Heart to Heart, as a detective series that ran for many years with another actress. Can't remember her name, Stephanie someone, but can't remember her name. But that's not important, because tonight we're just focusing on Natalie Wood and what actually happened on that boat. So I've given the cards a good shuffle. Because these are playing cards, I'm only going to read them the right way up. If any reversals come out, I'll just flip them over and we'll see what the cards can give me today. So I am going to do a Celtic cross. So I'm just going to take it one more time, and I want the overall energy for that night, the situation. There you are, it's already flipped. Let's see what that's going to say. The situation for that night. Well, it started off all very well. It started off with the lovers. So it was good fortune. It was a real fantastic evening. I think that originally there were probably more people involved in the group, and then they went onto the boat, and I believe that it was just Robert Wagner, his wife Natalie Wood, and Christopher Walken. I think they were the only three that went onto the boat. But the evening started off beautifully. Everyone was feeling good. It was a good time. It was a lovely evening to start with. So what crossed that evening? The energy was lovely. Great evening out. So what crossed that evening? Because it didn't end up very well, but it started off with so much love and so much happiness. So that one's just okay. So there were challenges. Handcuffs. I mean, you never put yourself in handcuffs. You know, someone always puts them on for you. So that means the challenges came from outside. Was that between the three of them? Some kind of difficulty butting up against each other, some kind of difficulty that that caused some problems. So we're starting off well, and then we go into some difficulties. So let's just find out. So what was the crowning situation? What was in the mind? What was in the mind on that fateful night? What was in the mind? See if we can find out why these challenges arose. What's in the mind? Let's see what the cards will tell us. I'm going to take that one. Incubus, succubus. I see that as quite devilish energy. This is like being determined to make a drama out of a crisis, or a crisis out of a drama. It's digging and niggling. It all started off so well, but this challenging situation came about because someone is poking and prodding at someone else and just being unpleasant. Who that someone was, I don't know. Which one of the three started this digging about and poking and trying to get a reaction from someone? That's kind of energy that I'm getting from this. So what was the root of the situation? What was the root of the situation? This atmosphere that turned from being really, really loving, good times to this niggly, challenged evening. What was the root of it? If the cards will show me the root of the situation, see if anything jumps. The root of the situation on that fateful night. Here we are. Mother Earth. I've got a feeling that maybe Natalie Wood was trying to make Robert Wagner a bit jealous. He was an older man. She was doing a film with Christopher Walken, who was much younger, very sort of vibrant man, probably could be seen as quite adventurous. Maybe Robert Wagner, you might look at him and think, well, he was older than her, probably a bit more staid, perhaps a bit boring, you know, she'd been married to him. So I think that maybe Mother Earth, I see that as Natalie Wood. And she's just trying to make her husband a bit jealous. So maybe she's being overly flirty and trying to get a reaction. That's kind of the energy that I'm getting from this. Being overly flirty with Christopher Walken. So let's just have a look at the recent past. When I say recent past, we're going back 40 years. So sort of the very sort of close past events. So before they actually went on this boat. So she was filming at the time with Christopher Walken on a film called, I think, Brainstorm. So, you know, what was the recent past there? Was there any reason for her to be flirting with Christopher Walken? Was maybe there an affair? What was going on there? What was the recent past around her, Christopher Walken, around any situation just recently that looked like it wanted to talk to me? Four-leaf clover. They've been getting on really well. I think that she really liked Christopher Walken. I don't see any affair or anything like that, but what I do see is she rather fancied him. And they had a good sense of humour together, and probably a better sense of humour than she had with her husband. And so, you know, this mixed with too much to drink maybe, and things get a little bit flirty. I don't know. Let's see. So what was the sort of near future with this? So we know it doesn't go too much into the future because we know what happened, but you know, once they were on the boat, what was going on then? So, you know, they've been working together and getting on really well together here. So once they got on the boat, what was the situation then? The three of them on a boat. Three on a boat. Quite intoxicated, I would imagine. So what was the situation? See if anything pops. If it doesn't, I will take... Oh, look, there we go. We've got two that have popped here, so we'll take them both. Love. Deceit, betrayal. So, she'd had a really good relationship with Christopher Walken. The three of them are now on a boat. She's being overly flirty, and it's kind of a bit of a betrayal to her husband. How ironic that the coffin card comes up. But, you know, I'm seeing coffin more like that. Actually, if you think about it, a boat, I know it sounds dreadful, but a boat is a bit like a coffin. You know, you're in it. You can't get out of it once you're in it. They're on the water, and there's this deceit and betrayal going on in front of her husband. So, you know, you can just sort of see all these things coming together. And if we look across the bridge, you know, her and Christopher Walken getting on really well. They're good mates. You know, shared a sense of humour, I would imagine. Yeah, she's with her husband on this boat and with Christopher Walken, and it's starting to cause challenges. There's this little bit of backbiting going on, incubus, succubus. There's this trying to make someone jealous, trying to make her husband jealous by using a little bit of deceit, It's not exactly betrayal, but it is betrayal. You know, you're flirting openly with another person. And the coffin card, yeah, as I say, boats, yes, they are. They are like coffins on water, really, aren't they? I mean, once you're in a boat, you're not getting out of it until you get to dry land. And unfortunately, well, we know what happened. She drowned. So now the exterior part of this, I'm going to do it in a different way. I'm going to have Natalie's thoughts and feelings. I'm going to have Christopher Walken's thoughts and feelings, Robert Wagner's, and then I'll save the top two. So let's go first of all for Natalie's thoughts and feelings around this situation on this boat. What were her thoughts and feelings? She's on a boat with these two men. Let's take this. Oh, player. Jealous envy player. I think she saw Christopher Walken as somebody that, obviously a player, is also an actor. So she was with two actors, and she was an actress as well. But I think that she saw Christopher Walken as someone that, I don't think she was jealous of him, but she kind of envied the fact that he was a man that was more daring, more out there, more probably gregarious than her husband. And I think that she saw her husband as quite boring. You've got this man who's a real player, you know, very good looking. And I think she was like kind of, I've got fence sitter here, but I think she was like, oh, you know, there's this man and there's that man. There's my husband, boring old Robert, and there's Christopher, who is just like the life and soul of the party. And I really feel like I would want to be with him. I think she was very much torn. But she was married to Robert, but she was, with the alcohol as well, I think that she was definitely had her eyes on Christopher Walken that night. So let's just have a look. So what was Christopher Walken's thoughts about all this? What did he feel? What did he feel? The whole situation, was it awkward for him? Was he, you know, again, quite inebriated, and, you know, was he happy to have the attention? Three blackbirds. Yeah, well, there you are, three of them on the boat. He saw this evening as going really well. I think he was probably enjoying all the attention from her. He probably didn't realize how wound up Robert Wagner was. As I say, three blackbirds, they're on this boat together. He's thinking the evening's a success. He's thinking, oh, you know, we're getting on really well. Oh, she's drunk. She's more drunk than I am, but, you know, she's being flirty and funny. There's nothing in it. We've never had an affair. I don't think, whoops, just dropped a card. I don't think that he thought, hang on a minute, there we go. I don't think he thought much of it. He just thought, oh, she's a bit too drunk. And another card's dropped. They're all jumping up the pack today. So that was his feeling. It was just like a good night with his friends, and a little bit too much to drink. So what was Robert Wagner's, these are jumping all over the place, Robert Wagner's feelings were worry. Yeah, he could see that his wife was really being quite outrageously flirty with Christopher Walken, and he was quite shaken by this, quite shaken, and feeling very dark about it. You could say this would be 10 of Swords in like a tarot pack, which is stabbed in the back, totally stabbed. You know, she's obviously really rubbing his nose in the fact that Christopher Walken's younger, more attractive. Yeah, it's not a pleasant energy, this one. And he was very put off balance by the whole thing. He was not a happy man, not a happy man at all. So let's go to the final thing. So I want to know whether all this finished as they say, that she got in like the little boat that was attached to the big boat and rode off and met her demise that way, or whether it was something much more serious. Was there some kind of fight? She had bruises all over her, but then, to be honest with you, I mean, she could have got those in the water, being sort of pushed up against rocks and goodness knows what. So I want two more cards here. I want a card for did she drown, and a card for was she, well, murdered? Was she, what would be a better way of putting it? Was it accidental murder? So we'll go for the drowning first of all. Did she drown? Did she drown? So we'll just get the two cards and see. Cards aren't very good at yes and no's, but we'll see what happens. Did she drown? Did Natalie Wood drown all those years ago? What happened? What happened to this beautiful lady? Did she drown? That one wants to talk. Woman. Very feminine energy here. Did she drown? Water's a very feminine element. Okay, so we're not really clear on that one. So was she assaulted in some way? Was it an accident, an accidental murder? What happened? Was she accidentally assaulted and was it covered up? Was she accidentally assaulted and was it covered up? What happened to Natalie Wood? Was she accidentally assaulted and then either the two men covered it up or Robert Wagner covered it up and Crystal Walking knew nothing about it? Come on, what happened? Can you tell me? Will you show me? Maybe you won't show me. Maybe I'm not supposed to know. That flipped. Snake. I think we're going to need a clarifier on this. How strange though, we've got the two feminine energies, and we've got the woman as in the Queen of Hearts and the Queen of Spades. So we've got cups and swords. So, you know, I'm seeing this as she was very, very feminine. She was very beautiful, very desirable. But she had a tongue on her that could cut glass. So, you know, this is all the many facets of her, but we still haven't got an answer. We know roughly what happened on that boat. There was a lot of trying to make the husband jealous with the younger actor. There was alcohol involved, I'm sure of that. She succeeded in making Robert Wagner jealous. And I think Christopher Walken was just, oh, I'm here with three, you know, there are three of us on this boat and she's a bit drunk, but, you know, we're only friends. It's never gone anywhere. He's got nothing to worry about, but he was worried. So come on then. Let me just see. What was that final outcome? I understand if the cards don't want to tell me. This has been something that no one's got to the bottom of, so I don't expect me with my little pack of playing cards to unearth anything wonderful, but it would just be lovely to have a sign from the universe, from Natalie, just to say what happened that night. Home. She's on the other side. You know, the opposite to home is going home, as in death, and she is on the other side. She certainly is. I don't think it wants to tell me, but we've got a little bit of a feeling for what that night was like. But as far as the actual circumstances of her death, you know, I've asked 3 times here, and I'm not going to keep asking. It's something that's gone to the grave with her. I believe Robert Wagner is still alive, I think, and I know Christopher Walken is. I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong. So maybe they're the only 2 that know, or maybe they just don't know. So not going to get an answer for that one, but at least we get a nice energy feel for what that night was like. And what a terrible, terrible situation came out of what started off so good. It all started off so well with the lovers and good fortune. They were, you know, probably celebrating making this film, her and Christopher Walken, and, you know, it was probably all started off absolutely brilliantly. And I think too much alcohol, too much flirting, and it all went south very quickly. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm sorry I couldn't give you a definite answer with any of this, but good fun anyway. So thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you. Bye-bye.